Let's look at an example and see how you can use layer visibility groups in a larger project, for example. In this case, I have this building in front of me, which is actually a series of buildings with building 1, 2, 3, 4. And I would like to show you an example of how you can create and manage and update layer visibility groups and how to handle them. Now, these groups are handled in the layer manager. When you click on this dialog, the layer property manager comes up, and here you can find all your layers, or based on your selection here you find only the use layers or all the layers that you actually created. Now I turned on this show use layers option, so I only see the layers that contain something. And in this case, I already created a few visibility groups, named them as all layers, DWG, import, and so on. So what does a layer visibility group do? Actually, if I click on this one, as you can see, all layers means every and each of these layers are visible and editable. This is how I turned them, how I edited them, and how I saved them as a status in this layer visibility group. And the same applies for the DWG group, but in this case only the layers that contain something coming from the DWG file, which was the starter, the initial phase of this project, turns visible. So I only see the content that was already and originally part of the DWG file and nothing else. There is another one containing the entire building block, all these 4 buildings, and there's another one I created which contains only my house, which is the regular layers with no numbering here. So as you can see, these visibility groups are not changing the amount of layers, they are just simply changing the statuses of these layers, and this is how you can handle them. So once you have these, and soon I will show you how to create one. So once you have these and you click OK, you can see what changes when you switch or swap from one visibility group to another one. Now you can actually do this in the dialog just as I did, or you can go there at the bottom of the screen and you just use this jump list. And the first one is containing all the layers, even the furnishing for the first building. There is another one containing only the building block without furnishing, and there's another one containing my house, and this is how I can easily switch between all of these 4. Now, how to create one? For example, in this specific case, I would like to create a layer visibility group containing my house only, but this case with all the furnishing. So I just go back to the layer manager, and I select the one that I think would be a good starting basis for this purpose, and this is actually my house, because in this case I only need to turn on the visibility of these layers. I know these layers contain my furniture, so what I do, I just unlock and make them visible, and then I click on this one, the new group option, and the new group is automatically created. I can name this, and I will name it, let's say this will be my house, or my building, and there will be something with furnished or something like that. And then I just hit enter, and this is already there. So once I switch from this layer visibility group to this one, I will see the change. So now I just hit OK. So this is the furnished version is selected now. So I click OK, and now I can see the furnishing. Now actually, whenever you do something with layers, that's common knowledge in ARCHLine. What happens that you can see the changes right away in the 2D, and you can update those changes to the 3D by hitting this 3D hammer. So if you would like to update what happened in the 2D and visualize it in the 3D, you only need to hit this button here and it gets visible. So this works the other way around as well. So if you would like to go back to the entire building block and you would like to visualize that, you need to click here, and then the software will visualize everything that's visible and editable in the 2D. So now I have created this new version, the My House, and derived from that I created the furnished version. But what happens when, in design, there are sometimes changes that you have to follow. For example, you simply forgot about something. In this case, for example, I forgot to set up the furniture layer of the kitchen itself. So how to update that, how to make this visibility group, this My House Furnished visibility group, containing those layers. So in this case, again, I go back to this layer management dialog, and I select the proper one, which I would like to change or update. And I make the change here. So I just, this is the one containing the kitchen furniture. And I make it editable and I make it visible, of course. So what happens if I do like that? If I would hit OK now, I can see, I would be able to see the content of this layer. But this is not meaning that this group is automatically updated, because as you can see, if I click here, I can see all layers are closed, just as I wanted. And if I click here, still the kitchen layer is not editable and not visible. And why is that? It's because this is how it was saved. So somehow I need to update this content. So this is what I will do. I just repeat what I did before. I just turn this status to the way I want. And then I click on this update button. See, now this is the one selected, and I made the changes. I can make multiple other changes as well. And then when I click on update, then this new information gets updated into this layer group. So now when I click on My House and then I click on My House Furnished, this information is updated, and according to that I can see the content of the kitchen. Layer visibility groups can be used for switching between versions of designs. You can even use them to create electric planning, plumbing, and so on. So you can just simply set up these layer visibility groups the way you want to represent your project, and then you can use it during work and you can use it for documentation.